Alright, here is the video review for Decepticon WILDRIDER from Transformers Legacy. Found him at, I think, Album Comics in Paris when we were over there last week. And I picked him up right away because another Stunticon, why not? Anyway, he's cool, he rolls, he's a little black car, his feet can get in the way he transforms of his wheels rolling, which is a little bit of a shame. Like, this one doesn't really... kind of wants to spring back up, even though he's in the right spot, but it doesn't want to stay flat. But all in all, not bad. He's a cool little sports car. Got a couple of guns, which we'll take off for transformation. And like I showed off in the Motormaster video, to turn him into his limb mode, you basically just flip up his windshield, flip up the front end of the car, and you can kind of set it like that. But it's basically just that, and then that plugs onto the back of the calf. This is also how you start transforming into a robot. Go ahead and flip that up and lift this whole panel. Let's lift that all the way up. Lift that whole panel up and around. Down here, unpeg the feet if they've pegged properly, and open up these panels. And then pop the legs around. And make sure to get those all the way up. It's not just this hinge. You want to get it all the way up right there at the knee hinge and snap it into place. They're actually fairly secure hinges. And then close those back up, flip the feet down, pop the legs apart, rotate them at the waist, bring the arms out, and ratchet the fists out from there, and then bend his elbows. Very Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes. It's Combiner Wars, whatever. Arms going on there. It's got the bicep swivel, the dual hinge shoulders, but then just the single hinge square arm, and then a flip out fist. There's no wrist swivel. Pop this open, flip up his head, turn it around, flip it back up, and that's essentially it. This backpack piece, like I said, you can fold this down. It does kind of come up. There's a couple little tabs you got to get through the window piece. Come on, there we go. And this is supposed to hinge down, and then you're supposed to flare these little side pieces out here like this, which is a big to fold around that window. And it gives them a big, unwieldy backpack. I mean, it's going to be there regardless, but folding those wings out, or I don't really hesitate to call them wings. Maybe it's a jetpack. You can kind of, because you can't straighten them around that windshield piece. They just kind of, and you can't get, and then that'll get it as flat as it can get, but then you've got these pieces hanging off. From the front, it's not horrible. But from any other angle, it's just egregious. You can leave these connected like that and just kind of fold that whole piece down, which sets it up a little higher behind the head, but isn't quite as awkward. Like, I wish they gave this piece just a little, could have folded that down. That's a little better, but I wish that piece could have folded down a little bit more. That does hide it a little bit. Actually, that's not so bad. You don't have to flip those wing pieces out. He's still going to have a giant backpack, but it doesn't have to look ridiculous. But again, yeah, from here you can. But I guess that does kind of look like a cape, I guess. But still, I don't know why I feel like they just needed to add a couple hinges somewhere. Like, it won't be worth it. You can't charge enough, as much, $20 or whatever they're charging now, unless it has 2 more hinges on it. So we put 2 more hinges on it. Then you hold his weapons like that. It's a really nice head sculpt. It's got his little ear dibbles. Turn side to side, a little bit up and down based on that hinge there. That should lock in place a little better. Again, the aforementioned dual hinge shoulders, bicep, single hinge. Does have a waist swivel. The dual hinge hips, thigh swivel. Technically, there's a second hinge in the knee, but one's locked in the panel there. So he's got the single hinge knee, and he does have some ankle tilt and some front to back on his flat feet. And all in all, his legs are more coherent than what it appears that dead ends are. Based on some of the pictures we've seen. But yeah, there's WILDRIDER. I dig him. He's not my favorite of the Stunticons. I really like Dragstrip. I think he's solid. Motormaster's pretty cool on his own. Dead End looks all right. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Breakdown. Because I think Breakdown is probably my favorite Stunticon. So I hope he comes out all right. But anyway, there is WILDRIDER from Transformers Legacy. We've already seen him on Menasor, and that's probably where he's going to go once this video is done. until the rest of them show up. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods, wherever you may be. And we'll see you soon.